He waits. That's what he does.
There is more to life than increasing its speed. Says Gandhi, today, our whole life has turned into an exercise in hurry, in packing more and more into every hour. We are Scrooge with a stopwatch, obsessed with saving every last scrap of time, a minute here, a few seconds there. And we're not alone. Everyone around us is caught in the same vortex. Larry Dossey, an American physician, coined the term time sickness to describe the obsessive belief that time is getting away, that there isn't enough of it, and that you must pedal faster and faster to keep up. These days, the whole world is time sick. We all belong to the same cult of speed. Today, in this video, we will see why are we always in such a rush? What is the cure for time sickness? And is it possible, or even desirable, to slow down? In these early 25 years of the 21st century, everything and everyone is under pressure to go faster. In these busy, bustling times, everything is a race against the clock. Before we go any further, let's make one thing clear. This video is not a declaration of war against speed. Speed has helped to remake our world in ways that are wonderful and liberating. However, the problem is that our love of speed, our obsession with doing more and more in less and less time, has gone too far. It has turned into an addiction, a kind of idolatry. Even when speed starts to backfire, we invoke the go faster philosophy. Falling behind at work, get a quicker internet connection. No time for novel, learn to speed read. Diet not working, try liposuction. Too busy to cook, buy a microwave. And yet, some things cannot, should not, be sped up. They take time. They need slowness. Because when you accelerate things that should not be accelerated, when you forget how to slow down, there is a price to pay. Today, long hours on the job are making us unproductive, error-prone, unhappy, and ill. For a chilling vision of where this behavior leads, look no further than Japan, where the locals have a word, Karoshi. That means death by overwork. One of the most famous victims of Karoshi was Kame Shuji, a high-flying broker who routinely put in 90-hour weeks during the Japanese stock market boom of the late 80s. At that time, his company trumpeted his superhuman stamina in newsletters and training booklets, turning him into the gold standard to which all employees should aspire. Later on, in a rare break from Japanese protocol, Shuji was asked to coach senior colleagues in the art of salesmanship, which piled extra stress onto his pinstriped shoulders. When Japan's stock bubble burst in 1989, Shuji worked even longer hours to pick up the slack. In 1990, he died suddenly of a heart attack. He was 26, though some hold up Shuji as a cautionary tale. But the work till you drop culture still runs deep in Japan. In 2017, the government reported a record 1,700 victims of Karoshi. Critics put Japan's annual death toll from overwork in the thousands. The bottom line is, a burned-out workforce is bad for both individual and society. Overwork is a health hazard in other ways too. It leaves less time and energy for exercise and makes us more likely to drink too much alcohol or reach for convenience foods. It is no coincidence that the fastest nations are also often the fattest. Today, to keep pace with the modern world, to get up to speed. Many people are looking beyond coffee to more potent stimulants. One reason we need stimulants is that many of us are not sleeping enough, with so much to do and so little time to do it. The average American now gets 90 minutes less shut-eye per night than they did a century ago. Today, drowsiness causes more car crashes than alcohol. Consumerism, which Japan has also mastered, is another powerful incentive to go fast. The French writer Alexis de Tocqueville blamed the shopping instinct for jacking up the pace of life. Tocqueville says, "He who has set his heart exclusively upon the pursuit of worldly welfare is always in a hurry, for he has but a limited time at his disposal to reach, to grasp, and to enjoy it." Today, that analysis rings even more true when all the world is a store and all the men and women merely shoppers. Tempted and titillated at every turn, we seek to cram in as much consumption and as many experiences as possible. We want to take art courses, work out at the gym, read every book on the bestseller list, go clubbing, play sports, and watch hours of television. The result is a gnawing disconnect between what we want from life and what we can realistically have, which feeds the sense that there is never enough time. Problem in modern way of living is we want to have it all. So instead of cutting back on our hobbies, we contrive to squeeze them into a schedule that is already bursting at the seams. After slipping off for one task, we then spend the rest of the day rushing to catch up. We drive faster, walk faster, and skip through the family time. Then, like everyone else, we look to technology to help us buy more time, and with it, the chance to feel less hurried. But technology is a false friend. Even when it does save time, it often spoils the effect by generating a whole new set of duties and desires. Take example of web surfing. We are never happy with the speed of our internet connection. When we first began surfing the net with a broadband modem, it seemed lightning fast. Now it feels run-of-the-mill, even a little sluggish. Whenever a page fails to load instantly, we lose patience. Even a delay of 2 or 3 seconds is enough to make us click the mouse to hurry things along. The only answer seems to be a faster connection. Philosophy of slowness says as we go on accelerating, our relationship with time grows ever more fraught and dysfunctional. The slow movement was first seen as an idea for a few people who liked to eat and drink well, but now it has become a much broader cultural discussion about the benefits of doing things in a more human, less frenetic manner. However, it is not easy to swim against the tide, but the best way to live a good life is with the slow philosophy. Today, most people have not even thought about why they are going so fast, but once they get to know about speed and time, they are very interested, and they like the idea of slowing down. Recent reports regarding slow philosophy shows there is a great hunger for slowness in the world now. More than thousands Japanese people now belong to the Sloth Club, which advocates less hurried, more environmentally friendly living. In 2001, one of the Sloth Club's founders, an anthropologist and environmental activist named Keibo Oiwa, published a book called Slow is Beautiful. Keibo Oiwa says, the shift is particularly striking in Japan, which once terrorized the world with its fearsome work ethic. Now, more and more people in Japan, especially young people, are realizing that it is okay to be slow. For years, parents in Japan screamed at their children to go faster, work harder, do more. But now people are saying, enough is enough. Instead of becoming a cog in the corporate wheel, many young Japanese people now prefer to drift from one temporary job to the next. Keibo says, we must slow down to open our eyes to the long view and the big picture. When it comes to slowing down, it is best to start small. Cook a meal from scratch. Take a walk with a friend, rather than dashing off to buy things you don't really need at the mall. Read the newspaper without switching on the TV, or simply take a few minutes to sit still in a quiet place. Finally, if a small act of slowness feels good, move on to the bigger stuff. Rethink your working hours. As life gets better, you will ask yourself the same question that I often do. Why didn't I slow down sooner? Bit by bit, your speedholism will be on the wane, and time will no longer feel like a cruel and irresistible taskmaster. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more empowering content. Thanks for watching.